Next is the SN1 reaction, and it is also called nucleophilic substitution unimolecular reaction. In this case, if the rate determined step of nucleophilic substitution reaction involves only the concentration of alkyl halides, then the reaction is referred to SN1. So mathematically, the rate of the reactions that is directly proportional to the concentration of alkyl halide. Let us consider its example, the hydrolysis of the tertiary butyl bromide with hydroxide, and in this case tertiary butyl alcohol will get formed. Kinetic study of this reaction reveals that the rate of the reaction depends only upon the concentration of tertiary butyl bromide and independent of the concentration of the hydroxide ion, even though they are consumed in the reactions. So there are 2 points which we have to keep in the mind. The first one, the rate of this reaction depends upon only the concentration of the tertiary butyl bromide and it is independent of the hydroxide ions. And second one, the reaction show first order kinetics, thus reaction will be occur in the two step with the formation of the carbocations. So step number 1 involves the ionization of the tertiary butyl bromide and it can produce tertiary butyl carbocations and bromide ions. This step is slow step and hence it is a rate determined step. The second step involves the attack of the nucleophile on the carbocations to produce the final product, that is tertiary butyl alcohol. This step is fast and hence does not affect the rate of reactions. So it is the mechanism of the SN1 reactions. Then the potential energy profile diagram for SN1 reactions. The potential energy profile diagram for this reaction clearly show that reaction occur through two transition state with the formation of carbocation intermediate, and this one is the transition state 1 and this one is the transition state 2 and it is the intermediate carbocations. In this case, the first step involves ionization of alkyl halide to form the carbocations, and it is highly endothermic step and hence the transition state corresponding to this step having very high activation energy. It is because of this high energy transition state that make the first step as a rate determined step of SN1 reactions. The second step involves the attack of the nucleophile on the carbocation intermediate is highly exothermic and hence transition state corresponding to this step having low activation energy. Due to this low energy transition state, the nucleophilic attack on the carbocation will occur almost as soon as it formed This explains why the strength or the concentration of nucleophile does not affect the rate in case of SN1 reactions. So it is all about the potential energy diagram for SN1 reaction. Next is the stereochemistry of SN1 reactions. As we already discussed that in case of SN1 reaction, there is a formation of carbocation intermediate occurs. A carbocation is a planar chemical species in which positively charged carbon, that is sp2, hybridized. The three substituent attached to it lies in same plane with the angle of 120 degree with an empty p orbitals. Now if a carbocation is formed from a chiral alkyl halide such as 2-bromooctane, the attack of the nucleophile on this carbocation at either lobe of empty p orbital can occur with equal probabilities. It may be attack from the front side or it may be from the back side. If it will occur from the front side, then product will formed with the retention of the configuration. However, if the attack of the nucleophile occur from the back side, the product will formed with the inversion of the configuration. This implies that SN1 reaction on optically active halide should give a racemic mixture. However, in this case, the complete racemization is usually not observed. What it is actually observed that the racemization will occur with some inversion of the product, which means inversion product exceed than the retention of the product, and this may be explained as initially the ionization does not grip the free carbocations. Instead, it will give ion pair in which the departing halide ion has not completely left the neighboring carbocation. It is remain intact with the carbocation. This ion pair may subsequently dissociate into a free carbocation depending upon its stability. So if the attack of the nucleophile is fast, it presumably occur on the ion pair, what the departing halide ion almost shield the front side attack of the carbocation in the ion pair from the nucleophilic attack. As a result, the attack will prefer from the backside and produced with the inversion of configuration, that is the S+2 octanol. So it is the first probabilities, and in the second probability, if nucleophile attack is low, then the ion pair has sufficient time to dissociate into carbocations and bromide ion. In this case, carbocation that is in the free state. The nucleophilic attack on this carbocation then occur with equal probabilities from both sides, either it is from back side or either it is from front side, and it can lead to the formation of racemic mixture which will containing equal quantity of S plus 2-octanol and R minus 2-octanols. The overall result of these two reactions is that product is only partially racemized. In this case, the product with inversion will formed with partial racemizations. So it is all about the stereochemistry of the SN1 reactions. Then the rearrangement in SN1 reaction. As we already discussed that SN1 reaction involve the formation of the intermediate. If this is so, then initially formed carbocation should undergo rearrangement to form the more stable carbocation. So let us consider the SN1 reaction of neopentyl bromide, and it is reaction between this alkyl halide and ethanol. So neopentyl bromide, it will undergo ionization to give this carbocations, and this carbocation it will undergo 1,2-methyl shift. In this case, this methyl it will shift from this carbon to this carbon with the formation of this more stable carbocation. So this one is the primary carbocation and this one is the tertiary carbocation which is more stable. And finally, ethyl tertiary pentyl ether will formed. So in this case, the main product formed, which is the rearranged product, and if there is a possibility that rearrangement will not occur, then the attack of the nucleophile that will take place on these carbocations, and we are getting this product, and it is formed in very lesser quantity, which is the neopentyl ethyl ethers. So these arrangements are so common in case of SN1 reaction that in the absence of any other information, these are taken as a proof of SN1 reaction. Next is the factor affecting the reactivity of alkyl halide in SN1 reactions. The first one is the structure of the alkyl halide. As we already discussed that the SN1 reaction involves the formation of the carbocation intermediate. Therefore, more stable the carbocation formed, the more rapid should be the SN1 reaction. The relative stability of the carbocation follow the following sequence. Benzyl carbocation that will having the maximum stability as comparison to tertiary carbocation, then secondary, primary, and methyl that will having the least stability. Therefore, the order of reactivity of alkyl halide in SN1 reaction will also follow the same trend. For tertiary halide will react faster as comparison to the methyl halides. Second is the nature of the leaving group. In case of SN1 reaction, the carbocation intermediate is formed by the removal of leaving group, evidently, due to which wetter the leaving group, lesser is the activation energy for the formation of transition state, which can leading to the formation of carbocation, and hence more should be the reactivity of alkyl halide in SN1 reaction. The order of reactivity of different leaving groups follow the following sequence. Tosylate ions leave fast as comparison to iodide ion, then bromide ion, then chloride ion, and the leaving probability of fluoride ion is the least. So the reactivity or order of different substrate in SN1 reaction can also follow the same trend. Alkyl tosylate react faster as comparison to alkyl halide, then alkyl bromide, alkyl chloride, and alkyl fluoride having the least reactivities. The next is the polarity of the solvent. The rate determined step of SN1 reaction involves the formation of the ions, that is carbocations and halide ions. Therefore, polar protic solvent like water, alcohol, and acid would solvate these ions. This solvation stabilized the ion as well as transition state, leading to their formation. Further, the solvation process liberate a considerable amount of energy which facilitate the ionization step further. Thus, the SN1 reaction are favored by polar protic solvent. Further, greater the polarity of the solvent, more is its ionizing power, and hence faster is the rate of the reaction in case of SN1 nucleophilic substitution reaction. The ionizing power of solvent is determined by its dielectric constant. Higher the dielectric constant, greater is the ionizing power. The dielectric constant of various solvent are given in this table. The water that should having the maximum ionizing power. Next is the strength of the nucleophile. As we already know that in case of SN1 reaction, the nucleophile does not take part in the rate determined step, which is the first step. Therefore, the strength of the nucleophile has no effect on the rate of reactions. So it is all about the various factors affecting the reactivity of alkyl halide in SN1 reactions. Next is the SNI reaction, and it is also called nucleophilic substitution internal reaction. The most important example of SNI reaction is the conversion of an alcohol to corresponding alkyl halide by treatment with thionyl chloride, and there are two possibilities. The first one, the reaction will take place in the absence of pyridines, and second one, that is in the presence of pyridines. So let us consider the case number 1. In this case, S2-butanol undergo SNI reaction in the absence of pyridine, and in this case S2-chlorobutane with retention of the configuration will occur. So let us consider these reactions. So in this case, S2-butanol that is treated with thionyl chloride. So this oxygen that is rich in electron, now this pi bond it will shift toward this side, and this oxygen it will attack on the sulfur. So first of all, this intermediate will get formed. In the next step, now this additional electron pair it will take part in the pi bond formations, and it will leave chloride ions and one proton from this part, and this electron pair it will take part. So it will lose one HCl molecules with the formation of chlorosulfite ethers. Now in the next step, now this bond can break. This electron pair it will shift toward more electron active oxygens. Now this oxygen it will acquire negative charge, and carbon that will acquired positive charge, and it is called intimate ion pairs. Now in the next step, this additional lone pair it will take part in the pi bond formation, and it will lead to formation of sulfur dioxide, and same time the chloride it will move toward carbocations, and S2-chlorobutane will form with the retention of the configuration. So it is the case number 1 which will take place in the absence of pyridines. Now the case number 2. In this case, S2-butanols is treated with thionyl chloride. What this reaction will take place in the presence of pyridines. So first of all, in this case, chlorosulfite ether will get formed along with pyridine chlorides. So in the next step, this chloride from pyridine chloride it will attack from the back side, and it can lose these chloride ions, and this bond can break out. It will take part in the pi bond formations. It will give sulfur dioxide, and R2-chlorobutanes, which is the inversion of the configuration, and this product is formed due to the attack of the chloride ion from the backside. So there are two different products will formed. If we can take the pyridine, then inversion of the configuration will take place, and R2-chlorobutane will get formed. And if the reaction will take place in the absence of pyridines, then in this case S2-chlorobutane will get formed. So it is the case number 2, and these are the example of SNI reaction, which is called nucleophilic substitution internal reactions.